Hi there, gorgeous, and a very happy Frugal Friday to you. If this is the first video you've seen from me, welcome. I make videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but Fridays are my drugstore series called Frugal Fridays, where I focus specifically on drugstore makeup. So please subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos coming out in the future. Today I'm reviewing Wet n Wild's brand new Rebel Rose collection for you. This is a limited edition collection that just got released. Features a lot of very dark colors, very different from anything we've seen from Wet n Wild most recently. They also have 4 new skincare products that they've included with this line. So I'll show you everything up close in a first impressions tutorial. I'll show you swatches of everything, and at the end, I'll give you my final thoughts. They came out with 4 new skincare products as part of this line. So I'll first talk about those, go through each one, tell you what to use them for. First one is their Photo Focus Rose Multi-Use Oil. This is a floral infused multi-oil that can be used on the body, hair, and nails. This is the one that when I first opened the package, I only saw one of these rose petals floating at the top and I thought mine had a bug in it. Next one is their Photo Focus Rose Toner. This is alcohol-free, hydrating and soothing. It refreshes, softens, and clarifies the skin while removing impurities. Then they have their Photo Focus Rose Primer Serum. This is a water-based face serum that moisturizes and preps the skin for longer lasting makeup. Finally, they have a lip scrub as part of this line. It's infused with rose flower extract. It has extra fine sugar to exfoliate dead skin from the lips. So I think I'll use that product first. That's what it looks like up close. It's very fine. You can absolutely smell the rose extract in it. It's not a very good taste. I'll tell you that, just don't get it in your mouth. Tastes like flowers, that's what I can tell you. So if you don't like the taste of flowers, you wouldn't like the taste of this stuff. It did do a really great job of getting all that excess dead skin I had off of my lips, so I'm going to apply lip balm here real quick. I'm going to try the rose toner next. Oh yes, love it. Smells like roses. Very refreshing on the skin. The scent goes away pretty fast, so you only really smell it when you first spray it. Next up, I'm applying that Rose Primer Serum, and I'm going to take not that many drops. Probably only use about 2 drops. Okay. This one has a scent too. It's very light. Barely there. It's not in your face. It feels very soft on the skin. You know what? I'm curious. I'm going to try out that Rose Multi-Use Oil, and I'm going to put this on the cuticles of my nails. I want to see what it does. So, well, you really don't need much of this stuff. A little bit goes a long way. I applied way too much, but it's very, very moisturizing on the skin. As part of this collection, they came out with 3 brand new eyeshadow palettes. I'm only using one in the demonstration I'm showing you here, obviously. But at the end of the video, I'll show you looks with the other 2 palettes in case you're curious or you pick them up and you're looking for some inspiration. So more details will be at the end for the other 2. But I think I'm going to go with Bed of Roses for this tutorial. So I'm going to apply an eyeshadow primer real quick. I'm using the Milani one today. I'm first taking this deep burgundy from the palette, which is a matte formula. It's going to be a very dark look. This collection has a lot of dark colors in it though. It's not a bright color selection like you normally see, so expect some really dramatic looks with these palettes. But if you have a deeper complexion than me, then this would not be a dramatic look for you. This would look gorgeous on you and probably be considered more neutral than dramatic as it is on fair skin. I'm using Wet n Wild's Brulee eyeshadow to blend the edges of that burgundy shade, which by the way is super, super pigmented. My goodness. I didn't have any difficulty whatsoever getting that onto my eyes. Next, I'm taking that very rich, deep purple in the palette. I told you, dramatic. And I'm going to be applying this on the inner third of the lid and the outer third of the lid. And by the way, I have the smallest amount on my brush right now. I am simply using what's there to apply this to both eyes. And just now I'm starting to run out of pigment, although not really. That's pretty intense for as little as I had left on the brush there. Whew! It's dark. Next, I am going to take that really beautiful, what appears to be lavender shade right here. Not wet, by the way. We're first going to apply this dry and see how it does. Oh, it needs a little bit of help. I'm going to help it. I'm going to apply it wet. And since we're going so dark with this look anyway, I'm going to add a black eyeliner on the waterline. Why not? This is the Ardell Wanna Get Lucky gel liner, and it's in the shade Ink. What is happening there? Dramatic look calls for a dramatic lash, so I'm going with a pair from My Lash Line Inky Minky Lashes. These are in the style called Presence. We just got these in this week along with 8 other brand new synthetic styles. So I'm working actively on getting them all photographed, videoed, and all of that great stuff. So hopefully I will have that video up next week. They will be affordably priced also. Next product that I'm trying out is a rather unique one. This is a black blush. This is what it says. It says it has pH activated ingredients that adjust to each person for a unique custom color. Okay. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't intimidated, because this is scary. Oh shoot, I just realized. Duh. This is a cream blush. Doggone it. I have to remove my face because you can't apply cream over powder. At least I can't. It looks really bad if I do. I'm definitely not perfect. I never claim to be. I'm going to go back and add more of that foundation serum. Now that we know that this is a cream blush, I'm not going to use a brush at all. I'm going to use my finger. Ooh, you can see how creamy that blush is right there. Ooh, okay. And I'm going to apply it on the cheeks. Okay. Okay, I was questioning my life there for a second, but this looks pretty. I am going to set everything with a powder, otherwise you're gonna be dripping. This is just gonna drip into my lap, and that's not cute. Within this collection, they also came out with 4 brand new lip colors as part of their liquid catsuit line. 2 are matte in finish, the other 2 are high shine in finish. They also came out with something in this line called a jelly balm, and this is a black jelly balm with pH activated ingredients that transforms into a sheer pink tint on the lips. So very similar to what the blush did, and I want to test this one out on the back of my hand first. Yeah. Okay, not my favorite color, but it's very hydrating on the lips. What I am going to do is go with one of the liquid lipsticks that they came out with. I want to go with one of the matte formulas, and the shade that I'm choosing is Kiss of Death. I don't know, this one could be really different, which is what I went for anyway with the eyes. So let's go with the deep purple shade. Black, not purple, black. I better not wear this around Jet. He's gonna have a field day. My whole house will be this color, because when I wear lipstick that has color to it, he likes to put his hands in it and then go wipe it on the wall. Yeah, typical toddler. And despite this being a matte formula, it is very hydrating on the lips. And it's taking a minute or so to dry. But the pigment was so strong with this one. I mean, I had very little on that applicator brush, and whoa, pigment. Real quickly, before we get into the final review of all these products, I'll show you swatches and looks with the two palettes that I didn't get to show you in the up close tutorial. First one is Secret Garden Rendezvous. There are 2 shimmer eyeshadows and 1 semi-matte and 1 matte eyeshadow in this quad. And the look that I'm showing you here is very simplistic. I took the medium brown shade from this palette, applied it into the crease, and then I took the lightest shimmery gold shade from this palette and applied it onto the lid for a very neutral look, something that was a little more wearable with this palette. And the lipstick that I'm pairing it up with here that you're seeing is called Petal Poison. The third palette in this collection is called House of Thorns, and this is what it looks like up close. And I was really excited for that deep green shimmer eyeshadow. For the look I created with this palette, I first took that deep reddish brown shade, applied it into the crease, very creamy, smooth, easy to blend, easy to build. And then I took that deep shimmery green shade, applied it onto the inner 2/3 of the lid. Now sadly, this one does not translate from the pan to the eye as you would expect it to, and it ended up looking rather black to me rather than green. And the final eyeshadow I used in this look was the deep matte black, and I applied this on the outer third of the lid and carried it up into the outer V, but the green and the black blended in with one another, and you can see what I mean here. It looked like one messy, muddy eyeshadow all over my eyes. There was no color differentiation, and to me, the look got lost with this palette. Which brings me to my review of all of the eyeshadow palettes in this collection. Granted, there are a lot of really dark shades in here, and some of them perform really well. I would say the mattes are probably the best performing eyeshadows out of the bunch. I was rather disappointed in all of the shimmers that are in this collection. They're not of the same formula that Wet n Wild has come out with in the past when it comes to their shimmers, and didn't like how they applied on the eyes. I did have to apply a few of these wet, and I was very disappointed. So I personally would not recommend these new eyeshadow quads to you because I don't feel like they are up there with Wet n Wild's typical standard of quality that so many of us have come to love and appreciate. That's just my personal opinion. For the black blush, that is one that I highly recommend that you do try if you are able to find it. It is so cool, and I really did like the color that it transformed into on my skin. The skincare products are equally just as good. I really did like the lipsticks also. The shade range is a little too dark for me, but the quality is excellent with the formulas. Now they also came out with these 2 brushes as part of this line that I forgot to use when I was showing you the tutorial up close. The first one is a blush brush, I believe, yes. And the other one is an eyeshadow brush. Now the blush brush is really good. Both of these are very soft, by the way, and they apply makeup beautifully. I liked the blush brush better than the eyeshadow one, and I'll tell you why. I love the design of these. The fact that it's a rose is a very cute idea, and it looks pleasing to the eye, but it's not very easy to use, especially the eyeshadow brush, because of the lip that they have here for the rose design around the brush. It tends to scrape your eye when you're applying eyeshadow with this brush. So while it's pretty to look at, it's not very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not designed with the user in mind, put it that way. But the blush brush is really good. Sadly, I felt like there were a few duds in this collection, but that's my opinion, and that's why I like to show you the products up close, what they look like and how they perform, so you can make a decision as to whether or not they may be right for you. Let me know your thoughts on these products. Will you be picking any of these up? Which ones really sparked your interest? Feel free to share below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I want to wish you a wonderful weekend ahead, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.